be real. Just because a dick has not gone into a vagina doesn't mean you're celibate. It is a privilege to have me. Every day I think I'm Beyonce. Yes, I think I'm motherfucking Beyonce. Because guess what, nigga? It's a privilege to touch me, to get to know my body. Of course I get horny. People are so uneducated about sex. Not gonna let anyone just come, any dick dumb and have you just come in and out like it's some car boot sale. Come grab what you want. I don't think I'm too nice. I am too nice for you. Personally, I'm not celibate. They really have their tongues down people's throat. How are you celibate, my friend?
Let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the good things.
First of all, I know sometimes members watch my YouTube, and my mom sometimes watches my YouTube. So, we're going to be talking about sex and my experience with certain sexual activities. So, I think you might want to pause here and just not watch, because if you watch, then anyways, that's you, innit? I've given my warning, innit? So aunties, uncles, family, friends, mum, if you're gonna be weirded out, then just, you can stop now and go. Anyways, so hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl K.DOLL. I hope you guys are all doing well and you're doing fine. So today's video, I don't know what the exact title is gonna be, but basically we're gonna be talking about sex, celibacy, abstinence, and just like generally like being sexually active. And I'm going to be sharing my view on certain things, and I'm also going to talk about my present situation, if I am abstinent, if I'm sexually active, and just all of that jazz. Gonna be, because I have young viewers and I have mature viewers as well, and a lot of people have requested I do this video. I've gotten messages where people ask me for advice, because a lot of young people don't feel comfortable enough to talk to like parents about this, depending on your background. I know like in African households, a lot of them, sex is just a topic that isn't really discussed, or all you're told is, oh, don't have sex till marriage, that's it. I, however, have been privileged to have parents who are very like understanding, and they're not like your typical African parents, in the sense where like they sat me down, had conversations about sex. Obviously I was told, oh, no sex till marriage and all of that, because like I come from a religious background. My mum's a Christian and all of that, but at the same time she did like talk to me about certain stuff. Obviously not everything, but you know, I am privileged to have parents who have spoken to me about certain stuff, even though certain things I had to find out by myself. And I feel like the young people who watch my videos, I've got some of my young audiences, my young subscribers, don't really have people that they can talk to about stuff. And I do get certain messages, and like I always said, you can always feel free to message me. I would say DM me on Insta or Twitter. You can message me on Snap as well, but my Snap messages aren't always open. That's the only thing. But my DMs are always open. You can always feel free to DM me on Insta. Put my Insta here. Like I always say, everything is anonymous. If you want to talk to me, feel free to talk to me. I'll keep it between us, just to like give advice. I just thought I'll just do this video. I do hope you guys enjoy it. Like, share, comment and subscribe. As usual, everything will be in the description box below and somewhere on the screen. So yeah, let's just get right into this video. So first thing I'm gonna talk about is celibacy. So I feel like end of 2016 and a lot of last year, 2017, there was a lot of talk about celibacy on the TL on Twitter. If you ain't got me on Twitter, follow up. It'll be on the screen. And on YouTube, a lot of like YouTubers are making videos on celibacy, and it wasn't even just a UK thing, like a lot of American YouTubers as well. In general, it was just sort of like a trend almost. And I started thinking, are people just saying they're celibate because it is a trend, or are people actually celibate? So there's some YouTubers I watch, like people like Breenie Lee. She's a UK YouTuber. I love her channel. She's been celibate for about 10 years now, and I love her videos. She does a lot of videos about like how young girls should value themselves. She talks about her own journey of celibacy, her struggles and all of that. So she's one of them who's like talks about celibacy and like her journey of celibacy. She's quite honest actually, because she does talk about the struggles and all of that. And there are other YouTubers as well who talk about it, but she's just the first one that came to my head. Anyway, so if I get off topic, I was thinking about it, and I've spoken with friends and stuff, and like what people think celibacy is, and I realised that a lot of people have the wrong definition of celibacy. So celibacy means to not have any sexual interactions till marriage or at all. So that's, you could decide to be celibate, meaning you're not having any sexual interactions for the rest of your life till you die. Some people choose that because there are people who are just single for life, who choose not to get married at all. So that like pertains to like people like that. You choose not to have any sexual interactions for the rest of your life, or you choose not to have sexual interactions till marriage. So and celibacy is usually like linked to like for like religious reasons. Not always. I know some people are celibate for their own, like not for religious reasons but for personal reasons. I've spoken to people who said they're celibate because they find sex to be a distraction, and I've had open conversations where people argue, how can you say sex is a distraction? As an adult, you should be able to balance your life, like your sexual life and like your normal everyday life. Obviously, as an adult, you should know how to balance your life, because if you're married, if you're having sex with a partner, you still got your whole work and life, and you've got a partner who has sexual desires as well, so you should be able to balance it. But I don't really think it's a distraction in that sense, but I would go into that in more details in later on in the video. But anyways, yeah, so that's the definition of celibacy. And I realised when you talk to a lot of people, they are more abstinent than celibate. And why I say this, because what's abstinence? Abstinence is, actually, let me get it up on Google. I have the actual definition for you guys. Abstinence is the practice of restraining oneself from indulging in something. Sexual abstinence is the practice of refraining from some or all aspects of sexual activity. So you guys have heard that. Abstinence is refraining yourself from sexual activities, all or some. Now, I find that a lot of people say they're celibate, but they're not. They're more of abstinent. And why I say this is because if you're celibate, but you're kissing, let's say you're talking to someone, or let's say you have a partner, and you're kissing your partner, but you're not having sex, that's not celibacy. You're abstinent, because kissing is a form of sexual interaction. Kissing is a sexual activity. You might not think of it that deep, but it is. So if you and your partner decide, oh, you're not going to have sex, let's say for religious reasons, or just you don't want to have sex. I know a lot of people say they prefer not to have sex when they first like start talking to someone or first get into a relationship, and I understand why. I sort of feel like that as well. Like, you want to get to know the person more, because when you just jump into sex, I feel like sex then engulfs your relationship, and you guys don't explore to get to know each other more. It just becomes all about the sex. So some people decide not to have sex in a relationship, but they would like kiss, for example. That's just a random example. We see a lot of people see kissing not to be a big deal. It's just, oh, it's just a kiss. Cool. It's just a kiss, but it's sexual activities. So when you're doing that, just because you're not having sex with your partner doesn't mean you're celibate. That's what I'm trying to get to. You're abstinent because you've decided you're not going to have sex, but you're going to kiss. And abstinence is choosing to restrain from either all or some. So you're choosing to restrain from some, which means you're not having sex, but you're kissing. Does that make any sense? So you and your partner are abstinent, but you're not celibate. And I find out a lot of people get this confused because they scream, oh, I'm celibate, I'm celibate, I'm celibate. And they really have their tongues down people's throat. How are you celibate, my friend? You're not celibate, you're abstinent. Now, I know people backslide. Like, abstinence and celibacy, those are not easy journeys. It takes a lot because we are human beings. You roast, you get horny. These are all hormones that are in your body. You're made out of flesh. You're not wood, fam. So you feel things. So it is a hard journey. Check my emails later. It is a hard journey, meaning that people do backslide, which is all right. You're human. So I'm not saying that if you're celibate and you kiss someone, you backslide, you slip up a bit, unless you kiss someone once, you're not celibate. You are celibate, but you slipped up, but you're back on your journey. What I'm saying is, if you're saying you're celibate, but you're constantly and not by accident, purposely having your tongue down other people's throats or doing other activities, you're not celibate. If you're willingly saying, hey, I'm going to kiss, but I'm not going to have sex, you're not celibate, you're abstinent, because that's a purpose decision. It's different if you've been celibate, you're not kissing, you're not doing anything sexual, and let's say, I don't know, something happens, you end up kissing someone, and you did not plan on it happening, or it was genuinely a mistake, not something you're calm with, then obviously you're celibate. You've just had a back step in your journey, and that's fine, because in life we all slide back sometimes, like things happen. So that doesn't mean, oh, because you kiss someone once by mistake you're not celibate. But when you are purposely saying, oh, I'm gonna kiss but I'm not gonna have sex, you're not celibate, you're abstinent. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just, it's so irritating to my ears when I hear, oh, I'm celibate, but when you talk to them, they are kissing, they are doing all sorts of things. But just because penetration isn't happening, or let me bring it down to raw terms, just because a dick has not gone into a vagina doesn't mean you're celibate. Because penetration hasn't happened, oh, I'm celibate, shut up. I'm so sorry, you're not celibate. At most you're abstaining, because abstinence gives you, that's the difference between celibacy and abstinence. Abstinence gives you the ability to pick and choose, because it says some or all activities, so you can choose, okay, I'm gonna kiss but I'm not gonna sleep with anyone, so you're abstaining from sex. Or you can choose, oh, I'm gonna kiss and do this but I'm not gonna do that. You're abstaining. Does that make any sense? I hope it does. Like, honestly, I have nothing against people who are celibate or choose to do that, but just don't ring it in my ears when you're really not practicing. You haven't done your research. You don't even, you're just screaming a word that, can you even spell celibacy? I'm celibate. Like, I feel like when you want to start doing something, people, you need to do your research. You need to read upon it. Like, what are your reasons? Stuff like that. Like, people are so uneducated about sex, about celibacy, about abstinence. They just scream things. Now, this brings me to the next part of this video, myself. So I have been asked a lot if I'm celibate, how am I coping with it, if I'm abstinent. I don't know. Some people get the idea that I'm celibate or whatever. So I was like, I'll talk about it. I'm not ashamed of anything I do. Everything I do it with my chest, and I can say everything I do. Personally, I'm abstaining. I'm not celibate. Now, some of you might wonder why. Some are personal reasons, and some reasons I can talk to you guys about because it's not that deep. I've decided that I don't want to have sex. I won't say for religious reasons, I'll just say for personal reasons. For myself, I don't feel the need to have sex. No, I'm not saying I don't roast or I don't get horny. Of course I do. I'm a human being. However, I don't feel the need to have sex. Okay, so I have been abstinent for going on 11 months now. And like I said, abstinence is a thing, it's by choice. At the end of the day, you can't force anyone to do anything. Your parents can tell you don't have sex, don't do this, don't do that. By the end of the day, you're a matured adult. It's your life to do what you want to do. At the end of the day, they can't put a padlock in between your legs as a girl, as a boy. If you decide to do anything, you decide to do it. Just be ready for the consequences. I've been abstinent for 11 months now. I won't say I've been celibate for 11 months just because I have kissed in the past 11 months, and I won't lie about that. And obviously, if I've kissed in the past 11 months, like I've said, celibacy is no sexual activity. Kissing is a sexual activity, is a sexual interaction. So because I have kissed, I'm not going to say I'm celibate. I have been abstinent, that's what I'm going to say. And I haven't been sexually active for a year and 9 months. Now, this might not make sense to some of you, so I'm just going to break it down a bit and explain. So, I was in a relationship right up till last year, May. And then before that May, I hadn't had any sexual interactions because part of that time in a long distance relationship. So, hence why I don't really count that time, because if it wasn't long distance, then I probably would be active with my partner, if that makes any sense. So I'm not going to count that. So I count from after I break up with my partner, when I actually chose, not because of distance, I chose not to be active. It's been 11 months. And yeah, so abstinence by choice, not because of a long distance relationship. It's been 11 months. And in general, with the long distance and all of that in general, I have been sexually inactive for a year and 9 months. Hope that makes sense. Now, this has it's been an experience. In all of this while, I'm not gonna say I haven't felt no type of way or all of that. Temptations do happen, like Brini Lee says in her video where she talks about how she's been celibate for 10 years now, and temptations do happen. You're bound, like your flesh. At the end of the day, you're made of flesh. You're not wood. So you, like, certain things happen, you find yourself in certain situations when you feel tempted to do certain stuff. But I am a very strong-willed person, and I've got very good self-control. I think yeah, I have got very good self-control. So if I decide that I'm not doing something, I'm not going to do it. That's just how I am. Nothing will change my mind. If I say no, it's a no. There's not going to be no but, ifs or maybes, or when boys drop that like, oh, you know you want this. No. If I say no, if I say I'm not doing something, I'm not doing it. Nothing's changing my mind. And I feel that's helped me go through my journey of trying to be abstinent. Because obviously there are temptations, but first, how I try to avoid it is don't put myself in that situation. And if I found myself in a situation like that, then I'm sticking to how I feel. Nothing that I'm not going to do anything I don't want to do. If I do something, it's because I want to. So yeah, I feel like being strong-willed and having good self-control has helped me come a long way. And I value myself way too much to just sleep around with anyone to just give into my flesh. Because if I'm having sex now, I'm just giving into my flesh, and later I know personally I will think and I will regret it, and I don't want to have any regrets. So I'll rather continue being abstinent, which I am now, till I am ready to be sexually involved with anyone. Come to value and appreciate myself so much that I just value myself way too much to just let anyone just feel like they can have me. It's a privilege. It is a privilege to have me. Yes, I have people tell me almost every day I think I'm Beyonce. Yes, I think I'm motherfucking Beyonce. Because guess what, nigga? It's a privilege to touch me, to get to know my body. Not gonna let anyone just come, any dick dumb and Harry just come in and out like it's some car boot sale. Come grab what you want. Actually, no. You're gonna work for me, and it's a privilege to get to know my body. That's just my thought process. I value myself way too much to just let anyone just feel like they can come and do anything with me. Also, even though I've been abstinent for 11 months, I don't say I'm celibate, also because celibacy, there's a goal where it's till marriage. And I know if I was to be in a relationship with someone, let's say 3 years down the line or whatever, I realistically probably wouldn't, like, I'm not going to say I'm going to wait with my partner till marriage. I'm being realistic. I can't see myself doing that. Obviously, that could change, but based on now, I'm being realistic. I don't think I will be waiting till marriage. So therefore, I'm not going to say, because my goal isn't till marriage. My goal might be, oh, till me and my partner have been together for a certain period of time. I feel like the relationship is stable and all of that. So therefore, that's not celibacy, that's abstinence. And that's the other thing with abstinence. I feel like abstinence is sort of like a cheat, because it gives you the option to pick and choose, because it's some or all sexual activities you're staying away from. So you can choose, like, okay, I'm gonna do this, but I'm not gonna do this. Does that make any sense? But with celibacy, it's just boom, you can't do nothing. But with abstinence, it's sort of like a cheat, so you can pick and choose. Like, okay, this is a rough example just off the top of my head. You can say, boom, I'm gonna kiss, but I'm not gonna have any sex with anyone till blah blah blah. That's abstinence, because you get to pick and choose. And also there's no time frame of till marriage, so you can say, oh, I'm gonna kiss, but I'm not gonna pipe till, let's say I've been with a person for 3 years. Or some people don't care, maybe I'm gonna kiss, but I'm not gonna pipe till, pipe means sex obviously for those who don't know, but I'm not gonna have sex till 3 months into my relationship. Just some bullshit thing. That's what abstinence gives you, the ability to pick and choose, but celibacy doesn't. So I feel like abstinence is a bit of a cheat. But yeah, and if you want me to talk more about my journey and how I deal with certain things, then comment down below and I'll do a more detailed video on that. But this video was just to, like, talk about celibacy, my view on it. I don't bash people who are celibate. I think it's a really good thing if you can do it. Honestly, I respect people who are celibate, because it is not easy, especially in a generation like this where everyone is having sex at very young ages. 14 to 15-year-old kids are having sex, and that really blows my mind. Like, at 14, I was not thinking of having sex. But fam, anyways, I'm a small titty girl, innit? You lot see I've got small boobs. At 14, where did my breast grow to that I want to be thinking of having sex? And at 14, I don't know, my mind didn't go there. Let me not even oh, my mind is wild. Just now I thought of, like, at 14, even if I was thinking that, like, I'll be thinking, how mature is a, like, anyways, these children of this generation grow, I don't know what the fuck they feed you lot, but I've been seeing 15-year-old kids looking older than me, and I'm 21. So yeah, but at 14 having sex, that's a bit wild to me. I feel like you're way too young what are you doing at 14, 15 having sex? Like, for the girl, how much breast, like, back then, how much breast did I have at 14? For a guy, I'll be thinking, how grown is his penis? Let's be honest, how big or grown is or matured is his penis to be having sex? But this generation, you know, you lot are different. So I've been seeing 15-year-olds and I think they're 22. So yeah, let me not say that, but I don't know. I feel like I should just talk about this because of a lot of people are sexually active, and I do get a few messages from people. So I just thought it would be good to do this. I respect everyone's choice. If you're sexually active, I don't bash it. That's your personal choice. Everyone's matured enough. All I always say is, if you're sexually active, there's certain things I say, be protected, not just because of babies, blah blah blah, but use protection, because there are too many STDs and STIs out here. You don't want to be walking around with a sore pussy, or your dick is smelling because you got gonorrhea, or you're itchy, and all that bullshit that could be avoided. So I say use protection. Number 2, I always say, if you're having sex with anyone, make sure you're having sex with someone who respects you, who respects your body, who values you, because you'll be out here sleeping and fucking these random people who have no self-respect for you and don't value you. Like, I'm gonna say to my young girls in it, and boys as well, but most of my audience is girls in it. So to my young girls, like, even if you're not young, fam, even people my age, I tell my friends, like, whoever you're having sex with, make sure that person values your body. Like, there's only one body, like, it's only you that has this body. Yeah, other girls have breasts. Yeah, other girls have bum. But your particular breast, in its shape, in its size, your exact breast, nobody else has the exact same body as you. God has created this just for you. This is yours. So you should value it. And if you're having sex with anyone, it should be someone who values you. I see girls having sex with people who have no respect for them. You're fucking this guy, you're beating this person, and after he's disrespecting you. Why are you having that? If you're in a situation like that, leave. Honestly, don't. I always say, if you're having sex, be with someone who respects you, be with someone who values your body. Like, I have, like, fuck boys who say, oh, you think you're too prestige, or you think you're Beyonce. I've had people say that to me, oh, you think you're too nice, yeah, or you think you're Beyonce. Yes, I think I'm Beyonce. Yes, I think I'm too nice. I don't think I'm too nice. I am too nice for you. My body's too nice for a boy with no manners who doesn't value or respect me to come and feel you can have some of this. Like, no, it is a privilege to get to touch my body. That's how I want you girls to think. It's a privilege for boys to even get close to you. It is a privilege. So don't just let anyone be coming in and out of your vagina like it's just some open boot sale. Come in, come out, grab what you want. No. Value yourselves, honestly. And for boys as well. Don't, girls who are just using it for a dick appointment just because their dick is good, but yet they have no respect. No, you're more than your dick. And my girls, you're more than your vagina, you're more than your body. If you're being sexually active, be with someone who respects you. I say this all the time. And also make sure it's there's consent. Don't feel pressured into having sex with anyone. Even if you have dropped your panties and your bra and you're there stood stack naked in front of a boy, don't feel that you have to have sex with him because, oh, I'm naked and he's probably resting now and ready to have sex. No. Whether you've taken off all your clothes and you're just there looking naked and he's just looking at you, if you have any tiny ounce of thought in your head where, oh, I don't think I want to do this, don't. If you have any tiny amount of doubt, don't. Even if it's just 1% doubt, don't do it. Sex is not running away. You can have sex any other time. Just don't feel pressured into having sex. Because a lot of young people feel, oh, he bought me this, he took me here, now I feel the need to do something with him. Don't. Honestly, don't. He can say what, he did this, he did that. And if you're not ready to have sex, don't have sex. Don't ever feel pressured into having sex. Because boys will try to manipulate you, especially young girls, to make you feel like, oh, you're already naked, you might as well just do it. It's not that deep. It is that deep. A dick is going into your vagina. Penetration. Honestly, there's so much to sex. If you guys want me to do a detailed video, I will. But it's just like, there's so much to, you're exchanging energies, all of that. I know some people don't believe in that, but I honestly do. Because that's why when you pipe certain people, you have sex with certain people, after your whole life, the tables turn. everything was sailing smooth. Before you know, you've had sex with this person. Later, your life is doing shocky. Everything has koalas upside down. Your life is just scattered out of nowhere. Why? Because you're exchanging energies. You don't know what kind of energy the person you slept with has. Honestly, you guys need to deep things like this. When you're having sex with people, don't just fasten yourself to just sleep with anyone. Be careful who you're sleeping with. People have bad energies. People have bad karma over their head. Don't come and scatter your beautiful life because of sex. No, take your time. Get to know people. There's no rush. Forget if he's going to chat shit to people. Say, oh, she's not even on job, fam. She can't even throw it back. Don't worry. You'll throw it back for the right person at the right time. Take your time, baby girl. But yeah, I just hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was informative. Yeah, if you want a more detailed video about like my opinion or my thought process about sex, exchanging energies and all of that talk, that let me know and I'll do more videos like this. But yeah, let me know in the comment sections below and give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Comment, share, DM me if you've watched this video and you need to talk to someone. Follow my socials, they'll be on the screen and in the description box below. And except from that, I guess we're done today. And yeah, see you guys in my next video. Bye. In my zone.